Hi everybody. So it has been a long time since I have done a video, and with it being the new year, I thought that I would share a little bit of what has gone on the past few months in my recovery journey. I think the last one that I posted was, I don't know, it's gotta be the summer, if not earlier than that. It's been a while. It's almost been a year. March will be 1 year since I stepped in the journey of recovery. So I just wanted to go through some things that I have discovered, learned, things that I've, discovered. So, one thing, I see a therapist, well, it was weekly. So she is a eating disorder, specialist, and I've been going to her it was weekly in the beginning, and then once it got a little bit better with how I was handling things, it went to bi-weekly, and then it went to monthly. So I actually haven't seen her in a month and a half, maybe 2 months. I actually have to call tomorrow and make an appointment because I had to cancel due to work. But yeah, I'll call tomorrow. That's a good reminder for me as well. So I've been seeing my other therapist. I have two. I've been seeing my other therapist as normal, but then my eating disorder one has been, at least a month and a half. So I need to make an appointment with her. So as of like yesterday, I have gained a total of 50 pounds. And that is really still not settling to me. It just, if anything, I could say it doesn't affect me as much. Like, I still hate it. When I see the number, I want to cry. But at the same time, it's like, I know that I'm doing what is healthy for my body, and what I'm doing is healthy. Like, I go to the gym, and again, I wasn't going consistently for a while. I got really lazy there for a bit, but as of now, because it's the new year, I'm going to start consistently going every other day again. So that needs to start up again. But yeah, 50 pounds. It's hard to wrap my mind around. I definitely notice it. Clothing size has definitely gone up. It's probably gone up about 1 to 2 sizes. Depending on the store, sizing is not consistent anyways, but generally I'm 1 to 2 sizes now larger. Majority of the weight went here and on my booty, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I actually don't mind that, but at the same time, I don't like the number on the scale. I notice it in my face as well. I notice that I've gained weight, like, it's obvious. But at the same time, I notice how strong I am. I notice the fact that I can, like, pull on, I don't know what machine it is, but you pull the weight. I can do about 100 pounds on there, so I've noticed I'm stronger. I notice in my arms, if I flex or whatever, that I have muscle. I can do 200 pounds on my legs now. Couldn't even do 50 in the beginning. I can just feel the strength that's in my legs and my behind now. Like, it just feels like pure muscle. So I don't mind in that regard. When I think of it as, I have gained muscle, but I have also gained water. Because in the very beginning, in 2 weeks, it was 2 weeks, I gained 20 pounds. And that is, you can't physically gain 20 pounds in 2 weeks, like, of actual weight, of fat. That was strictly water. So 20 pounds of what I gained was water. So, like, actual weight then, yeah, about 30 pounds probably. But because 50 pounds, I would have probably gained more, clothing sizes would have changed a lot more. But about 2 sizes, 50 pounds, a good 20 of that was water, as was evident with how fast the weight went on. So yeah, healthy habits. So I have definitely been eating better. I still have some effed up rules associated with food. I try to eat vegan whenever I can. I try to eat keto whenever I can. And I've been going to the gym, and again, consistently. I didn't go today because I went out last night and I got a ton of steps in and I'm sore. So tomorrow I'll be going to the gym and I'll go every day. Trying to do 5 times a week or every other day. I don't know how that's going to go. But I need to get myself back in a routine. I kind of fell off the bandwagon there once the holidays kicked in and everything. So I'll be doing that. I don't think I ever updated. I got a Fitbit, and it's the Fitbit Inspire HR. That was the best purchase I have made. I got that in May, and I have not taken it off since May. Well, I mean, to charge it, but I've worn it consistently since May. That has kept me on a very good track. One of my friends was actually concerned in the beginning that it would trigger me, but if anything, it's done the opposite. I like seeing how many steps I did. Like yesterday, I did 12,000 steps in 2 hours from going out to the club. So in my mind, I'm like, hey, I don't need to go to the gym today because I did 12,000 steps in 2 hours. It's kept me well on that front. It does tell me how many calories I burned on average. Just by knowing heart rate and, you know, steps and everything, it kind of calculates food you intake, you punch in the app. So it has been a huge positive rather than hindering in my recovery. Some other positives, I guess, would be I do not have headaches as much as before. I only get them with the weather, which was how they always were in the beginning for me. Migraines with weather is normal, but I used to have a headache all the time because I was low and whatever. So that has definitely helped, or stopped, I guess what I'd want to say. I take supplements now, and my supplements, they actually get absorbed into my body because I'm not abusing the laxatives anymore. Because before, any supplements I would take would just be, you know, discarded with the laxatives, because laxatives significantly deplete your electrolytes, especially potassium. So I was always extremely low in potassium. So now I take all these supplements and I'm actually fine blood-wise. That's incredible. I used to always be low in iron and low in potassium, like low in so much stuff. And now my blood work is pretty much consistent, and I'm so happy about that. I had to go to the walk-in clinic for, can't remember what, about 2 or 3 months ago, and they did my blood pressure and they said it was normal, which has never been the case. It's always been low, so that was cool. They said it is right on target. That is amazing to hear. And also, I definitely have been getting a lot more positive feedback from people. The reason I used to, well, part of the reason of having my eating disorder is definitely because of a societal kind of pressure and wanting to fit the standard of beauty, and, you know, thinking being small is what people like and what makes people attracted to you, and definitely that hasn't been the case. I've definitely noticed that I've gotten a lot more interest from people, if you get my drift, since gaining weight, actually. According to people, apparently I seem more confident, which I personally don't see, but one of my good friends actually mentioned to me that, you know, that should be something to, like, reflect on, is that I'm getting so much more positive feedback and attention now, and how often did that happen when I was, you know, 30, 40 pounds underweight? Did that happen? And no, it didn't. Honestly, that never happened. So that's pretty cool. A little overwhelming at times, but it's nice. It's nice. I'm trying to think of anything else that definitely a huge hurdle and mental battle for me to go through was getting rid of clothes. I need to purchase basically a good new wardrobe. I don't have a lot of clothes that fit me anymore. And I had to give them to my one friend because she's nice and tiny and can fit into them. that was hard because two of the items that I gave her were my two favorite clothing items. And oh, it was so hard to part with them. I missed them. I loved those two pieces. I didn't even wear them that much, but I loved them. And had to give some clothes away. But let somebody else enjoy them because they're just going to hang in my closet because I'm never going to get that small again. Seeing photos of me before, I definitely noticed how unhealthy I did look. That I looked tired, I looked gaunt, I looked malnourished, unhealthy, sad, kind of like depressed. You could actually see the impact it had on me mentally, like visibly you could see it because you just look exhausted. Like there's you can tell by looking at someone if they're healthy for the most part. You know, if someone is malnourished, there's a look to someone that is severely malnourished, right? Like you can tell, you know, you're frail, you're tiny, you're cold, you're tired, you're sunken in, you're dark circle. You can tell, and I had all that. And at the time I thought I liked it. I was going to say pretty. It's not pretty, but I wanted to be that because that emphasized thin. But now my goal is to be strong, fit, and healthy, not small, fragile, and tiny, you know. I embrace the fact that I've got a big booty. I embrace the fact that, you know, upstairs is doing well, you know, like I embrace all that now. And before, I didn't want that. I was like, oh, I love how small I'm getting. I love this. I love that. I love seeing how much I can lift now and how strong I am. That's amazing. It's actually really cool to go to the gym and be like, I can do 100 pounds on my arms now. Mind you, it's only pulling. I can't do this way or like lifting. I could only 100 pounds this way. But my legs and seeing how strong, like I'm just, it's so cool to see that. And to actually have compliments on my body, like, oh, look at that, you know, look at that. Like, look, you know, it's really, it's nice. It's like positive feedback in a way. And hearing from people, you look good, you look healthy, you look well. That is interesting as well. One of my clients actually said that to me the other day. He kind of like whispered to me and he said, Shelby, you look really, really good. And I mean that. And he said, I haven't seen you smile this much in a while. Like you truly look well. And that was like, this is somebody that only sees me once every 6 weeks, right? For 20 minutes or so. And they're noticing that. So that's incredible. So I think that's all I have to update on. Trying to think of anything else. Okay, so one thing I would say is if anybody is going through this or knows somebody that's going through recovery, I highly suggest getting a therapist. Because a therapist is somebody that is going to keep you accountable, is somebody that is going to help you through all the hard challenges you're going to face, is going to recognize whether you are gaining too quickly or whether this is normal, put those fears at ease, give you challenges. I had to do challenges, like I had a hierarchy. I had like the top of my list was to go to the beach and wear a bathing suit with no cover up. That was the top of my list. I did that. I was just in Florida back in September. I was able to do it and took a picture. So that's pretty good. One of them was to actually try clothes on in a store. I hated trying clothes on in a store because I hated seeing the size and seeing, oh, it was too small, or look how big the size I need to be. So that was a challenge. And then the next hierarchy to that was try something on and let someone see, you know, like get someone's opinion. Like there were so many different things. So to have someone to challenge you and then keep you accountable, keep you motivated and really show you how it's done, and basically also to let you know that this isn't the first thing you're not the first person they've seen. You know, like my girl that I go to, I love her. She's young, she gets it, and I've basically told her everything. You know, I know I can tell her anything, and she goes, nothing's gonna shock me. You know, when I was there, I told her, you know, she goes, how many laxatives did you take? I told her. She didn't even flinch. She said, I've heard everything. You're not going to shock me. I'm here to help you. I'm not here to judge you. And you need someone like that. You know, some people in your life may think they are helping you, but really they're judging you and making you worse. So you need to find somebody that will be on your same level and know how to treat the disorder and help you to get to where you want to be. And if you can find somebody that will, you know, go to your income level, or if you can get help from a family member, just try, because it's going to be, I don't know what I would do without seeing my girl, because she definitely helped me along this journey. I don't think I could do it solely alone. I tried, and I needed somebody to talk to and vent, because she's seen everything and she knows what to say and not trigger you back into those thoughts. So I think that's it. I will post another update if I can think of anything else that I missed. But other than that, I hope you all have a great day, and yeah.